It's hard not to feel immensely sad for Wolves, a club that has been neglected for years, probably since Nuno was there, really. They've just slowly got worse and worse in terms of the investment that's come in, and I respect this so much. That protest pre-game, too many teams aren't willing to do that. Tottenham, when we had the massive issue with Levy, no one was willing to do that. There wasn't that level of seriousness to it. And look, I know you shouldn't believe everything you see online. Apparently, they were switching the TVs off in the concourse as a way of showing what those owners are like, because if you're going to sit in the concourse, we're not going to show the game. It is utterly stupid the way that the situation's going. Then you have to feel so bad for them. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I was probably a little bit naive pre-season. I thought they'd be pushing the top half, and I was so naive in thinking, they'd lost Cunha, they'd lost Aït-Nouri, they'd lost Semenyo. Like they were losing all these players, and I thought, Pereira could get the best out of them, and that just tells you how much they've been starved, and it's only going to get worse. I was a little bit baffled as to why Edwards really went in there, leaving Borough where they were. I know he played for him, he's got that level of affiliation, and that's probably what you want. You want someone in charge of the club who cares about Wolves and is willing to actually put everything in, despite the fact they are struggling. But they are at serious risk here of actually having the worst points total in the Premier League. It's hopeless. You've got to talk about Man United a little bit, of course. That was a little scary moment for them when Wolves equalised. Look, if they hadn't got a result tonight, then there would actually have to be serious questions about Amorim. One player I will say that is really clicking, and obviously got man of the match tonight as well, has Mason Mount got a shout for the World Cup next year. And I know it sounds insane, but Tuchel loved him at Chelsea. Has he actually potentially got a small chance of getting in that team if he keeps turning up week after week, clicking well with Fernandes? Cunha must have had about 8 to 10 shots tonight. Look, United made a mess of a team that aren't great anyway and that are struggling horrendously, but they are getting these results, not being in Europe. I said they'd finish in the top 5, not being in Europe, and they might well do, to be honest. If this guy can stay fit, Fernandes stay fit, obviously they're losing in Mbeumo from AFCON, who knows?